it's like killing a gnat with a sledgehammer, right? I mean, you went out there and took care of business and did it in a way that I don't think we were ever really in danger, at any point in that game.
They set the tone right out of the gate defensively. I mean, Washington had the ball first. They go 6 plays, 12 yards.
Yeah.
And they punt. And then the Seahawks ate up the rest of the quarter. They go 12 plays, 90 yards, 8 minutes and 7 seconds. Just bludgeoned them. It was just surgical, just marching down the field. Yeah, if we want to nitpick, there's some penalties, things like that. But in terms of execution, in terms of just them just establishing their dominance right out of the gate, they did it with defense to open the very first drive of the game. You just sat there and beat them down the field for 90 yards, and you did it over an 8-minute period. And you've talked about it before many times, Dave, about just how it's disconcerting as a member of that defense. You get exhausted, and they're just kind of body blow, body blow, and you're just it's discouraging on some level. And I felt like they just took it out of them right there. I mean, there were 2 possessions in the entire first quarter. Washington had it for 3 minutes, 49 seconds. The Seahawks had it for the rest of that quarter.
Yeah, it was pretty dominant. And, and you look at, I was mentioning earlier the numbers this year on the fast starts, but you talk about a fast start, man. Touchdown, 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 field goal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's
just everything
unbelievable.
Worked.
Everything was working.
Yeah, it was one of those games where it felt like every pass Darnold threw was in stride. You didn't see guys having to twist or be, the Matrix or acrobatic or anything to come out. He's hitting these guys in tight windows in stride, and he was just dialed in. He's just dotting them up out there. Mike McDonald, after the game, he was asked if he was surprised by how efficient Sam Darnold was.
You believe me when I say it, I'm not surprised. We watch Sam every day on how he operates, and he's the same guy every day, which is what you love about him. And we're chasing it. The guys are determined, and it's fun to watch. And when the team comes together, that's the type of stuff that you can do when you play the right way, you prepare the right way. And our coaches deserve a lot of credit too. I mean, I thought Clint called a great game, and all the coaches involved in the game plan process, I thought we had some great answers, and it all came together.
It was just, it did all come together. There wasn't really any area of this game you could look at and go, boy, that was sloppy, or that was bad. Again, there's some penalties, and we can get into the run game and all of that, but literally everything just seemed to work. Defensively, special teams, offensively, and then Darnold was the star of it. I mean, he was just ridiculous, 17 of 17 to end the half. And then he jokingly after the game was talking to NBC and asked about that perfect start, said somebody jinxed him at halftime.
Is it like being a pitcher in baseball? Like nobody can say anything to you?
Yeah, unfortunately someone did at halftime, and we'll leave him unnamed, but he knows who he is, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it sounds like he has a healthy amount of sarcasm there, and rightfully so, because there's no such thing.
Yeah, but I mean, 21 of 24 on the day, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then the 1 pick.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? The other thing is, got to give some credit to this offensive line. He has been sacked. I think he's tied with Bo Nix now as far as least sacked quarterback in the NFL. And so he's getting plenty of time. And, and it was amazing yesterday when he had that streak going. It was like, you see an incomplete pass, and it's like, no, it was a pass interference penalty. And there was a couple of those, I think, on JSN. But then he had the one where he shovel passed as he's falling down to the ground. The throw to Elijah Arroyo was unbelievable. And it's maybe the worst booth in all of the NFL. It was my first time being in Washington, where you're way down in the corner. Nobody gives a crap about the radio guys. But anyway, just looking down, and it was like right on a line from where we were. You couldn't even really see Arroyo. Mm-hmm. And Sam fit that one in there. And, I mean, the guy must have been like literally inches away from knocking that ball down. And it was just a perfect throw. And he had so many of those that were just – it's just amazing to me that you can hit a spot like that while you've got, 300-pound defensive linemen bearing down on you and excellent, coverage guys that can run. just the spots that he's finding and where he's putting the ball is just, it's amazing right now to watch him. He's number 1 in yards per attempt, 9.6. He's top 10 as far as completion percentage goes. And then he's number 6 as far as yardage goes. So it's
and then he's number
amazing.
3 as far as QBR and quarterback rating. If whatever stat you want to look at,
Yeah.
right? People use the stats to make their case one way or the other. With him, I don't know that there's a stat you can point to and go, yeah, but this, right? Even if you're the strongest cynic, the biggest skeptic, whatever it is, if you want to argue against him, what are you using? What's he's giving you no ammo, right? And I said this repeatedly. I entered this season a very strong skeptic of Sam Darnold. I have been converted. I am convinced he is very good. We'll see what happens. People talk about, well, wait till the playoffs. Okay, well, they have to happen first. We're 8 games in. We can only go on what we've seen to this point, and what I've seen to this point is an extremely good quarterback, bordering on elite. I mean, he's having an elite season. I mean, he's again top 3 in rating, top 3 in QBR, top 10 in every other stat you want to throw out there. So if he's not elite, he's hovering around it.
Yeah. Well, and then as far as the whole playoff thing goes, I think there might be people that hang on to what happened last year. I mean, he got sacked 9 times in the Ram game. That's the total here after, 8 games. So, I mean, I think people are going to hang on to that till the very end. The one thing I would say, though, to argue against that and why it's different this year is if you look at the way he's rebounded from bad plays. He's had some bad plays. He threw an interception. He dropped the ball in the end zone. And you look at how he responded to that. And the one that comes to mind is in Houston when he dropped the ball. The next time they got the ball, he ends up throwing a beautiful sideline route to JSN. And then same thing happened in Pittsburgh when he threw that pick to Jalen Ramsey. I think the very next series, if not the one after that, took the team all the way down the field and scored. I think that was that catch to Horton for a touchdown. So, yeah, he's responding really well to that, and I think that kind of answers those questions about how is he going to respond to adversity. And I think last year, in that Ram game, he just didn't have anywhere to go, and I think the coaching here and the way that their offense is run, there's lots of places for him to go. So, and he's getting it done.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. It really is. I don't know, people can say where they'd rank him in the league. Is he a top 5 quarterback, top 10 quarterback? I mean, if we're just going on who they are after 8 games, some teams have played 9, haven't had their bye yet. He's played 8. Where would you rank him? I mean, just being objective, whether you love him or you hate him, it doesn't matter to me which side you're on, but being objective, just looking at what he's produced to this point, through 8 games, through this point of the season, where would he rank for you? Yeah. Because to me, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. He just is. Maybe he doesn't end that way. We'll see. There's still a lot of the story to be written, obviously, but we can only go on what's happened to this point, and what's happened to this point has been incredible to watch. It really has. And again, coming from somebody who was a very vocal skeptic of what we were getting. No idea. Wasn't psyched, wasn't bummed, was just curious. I don't know what to expect. He could be great. He could stink. I have no idea. No idea. And he's absolutely convinced me that, this guy, he's made some of the best throws I've seen in a long time. I mean, we've talked about it, sideline, safety over the top, cornerback right there, and he's just dropping it into this little circle where only the receiver can catch it. He basically had 3 defenders with a sideline, and he's just dotting it. Just unbelievable accuracy.
Yeah, that is incredible. And it's like the size, those windows are like the size of like a basketball, basically. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, you look at the other quarterbacks that are, I'm just going off of yards, and you've got Daniel Jones, which, look, maybe they're saying the same thing in Indianapolis. Hey, he's fixed. This is it. I don't.
Maybe not so much after yesterday.
Yeah. He got sacked like 6 times, 5 times, or something like that. So
throwing the ball low. It was a rough day for him. He's off to a great start. That was a bad day.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe that he's going through kind of what Sam's going through. But you look at the company, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Drake May, which, rookie guy that's coming up, but Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love. So, Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen a big enough sample size to. I think I don't want to say he's fixed. I think every quarterback, has their problems, and he does have 5 interceptions. That's not a great stat, but it's not terrible either. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to declare Sam Darnold like he's going to be the best quarterback in the NFL, but he's headed that way. And I feel like if he gets through the end of this year, and it's going to take a lot of people getting through the end of the year and into the playoffs until they start to really believe in Sam Darnold. But I'm with you. Yeah, I've just seen too much as far as those throws. And those throws, a lot of times it's like maybe it's a 25-yard throw, but it's on the sideline, which is, 27 yards, to the left. And then he's dropped back an 8-yard drop. I mean, that's a long throw.
And he's across his body with the accuracy he does. He's just...
Yeah, he's running one way, throwing the other. I mean, he's got it down.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, man. It's fun to watch, and I'm going to enjoy it while it's happening. No doubt. Look, every quarterback is going to have that day. Daniel Jones was the toast of the town. The Colts are talking about, we got to lock this guy up. Yesterday, he throws 3 picks. It's a bad day. Those days are going to happen, and I would imagine there's probably a bad day out there for Sam Darnold somewhere, and I'm not going to over-rotate and go, see, told you he was not very good, fool's gold. I mean, there's just too much he's put out there right now for me to be that reactionary to what could be a bad day somewhere in the rest of the season. Yeah. Now, it depends on where it happens. If they get to the postseason and they have a terrible, playoff game, all right, those games have much more consequence. But it's just I just don't know, again, if you're a cynic, a skeptic, a hater, whatever you want to label yourself, how you could be anything but impressed with what you've seen from this guy to this point.